Yo,
Yo, what's good, Bistro?
not much. How about you?
Okay,
Yo, beatstroyer. To be honest, space time and time are like two different things. You're right.
This is great. I'm very proud.
Wow. Wait, where is Beatstroyer?
Wait,
Give
did
me
you
a second.
actually sound shonen verse?
Yeah, I did twice. Why?
I was just asking.
Oh, why is beating
what's the
shonen
topic, bro?
verse? Wait, why is beating shonen verse impressive though?
It's
Beatstroyer
not.
is
It's not. It's really not. Anyways,
Yeah,
Destroyer, what did you want to debate? What topic did you want to debate?
we agreed on Uni plus Naruto or Uni and above Naruto or whatever.
Union above Naruto. Okay. My position will be that Naruto is at least Uni plus. Okay, you want to use like VSBW as a metric to say that?
Yeah. But we
Okay.
need a judge. I'd like
We
to have
need a
my own.
judge. Okay. Krimi can be my judge. You can
Mm.
choose whoever you want as judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go.
I'm
CP.
just tired.
His mic is so low, that's the thing.
Whose?
Dr. Sean or beatstroyer.
Just turn it up. I have his user volume up full.
Best time and space time continuum are two different things, so shut up.
For real.
Calm down, Blaze. Calm down.
Spitting.
Calm down.
So therefore Uni plus Naruto is debunked. GG's.
All right,
Yeah,
chill out, chill out. Some people just don't know quantum mechanics. All right.
Exactly. No.
It's
Bacon.
Yeah, I just debunked Uni plus Naruto, so Floatzy concedes.
Wow.
GG.
Wow, Blaze. Wait, yo, was that Damon?
Oh,
What the
Damon!
author is
Oh,
sure
this
said he
guy's a
concedes.
walking W.
Yeah.
Damon, where? Damon. Wait, what?
Damon is Seb is ducking me in Roblox.
Oh,
Seb?
Damon won my fate.
Wait, one sec. Let's check
Yo, why
this.
are you talking shit, Plotify?
Mama is a little idiot.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking puppy nigga. You
Okay,
come
but
shut the fuck up.
wait. When are we gonna start? When are we
Hey,
gonna start?
Wait, I'm trying to get a judge.
Oh, all right. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's like establish rules before that. 5 minute BO. Are you down for that?
Yeah, I'm fine. 5 minute
Okay.
Borbop, Oxford,
VSBW as like a metric for scaling. That doesn't mean you have to appeal to definitions on it, and you can contend like definitions on VSBW.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can contend the snapshot thing. What about Oxford definitions? That's fine.
Oxford definitions.
I'll be
Yeah,
back
for
at
this,
take up.
I think we can take any definition that is like justified.
Okay, can you explain, can you define what you mean by justified? Exactly.
There's a consensus on this like typical definition. Like Oxford doesn't like necessarily have like
That's
every
fine.
definition correct.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. If so, you're basically saying to appeal to popularity, right, for definitions. So
Not
if
necessarily
it's
appeal to popularity. Like what you define like as a colloquial definition, if there is like if there's already
yeah,
justification around that, I think we can appeal to that definition.
yeah, sure. Okay, I'll just have Infra judge for me. Infra, can you judge right now? Infra.
Oh. Yeah, yo. What's up?
Infra died.
Yo.
Oh yeah, can you judge?
I mean, I'm gonna have to go halfway through debate, so maybe not.
It's gonna be a quick debate because it's only AP. It's not a cross versus.
I guess, but like, I need to go in like 10 minutes, 10
Yeah,
minutes.
that's okay. That's okay.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So can I just send in text? Send in
But
text.
Infra's a judge?
Whatever. Just
Yeah,
prerequisites.
he's
Appeal to a general consensus for definitions.
Appeal to general consensus for definitions. No, it's appeal to justification for definitions.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, say for example, right? I say infinite means limitless. Like this is one of the interpretations for infinite, and I justify why this is an interpretation for infinite. Then yeah, we can appeal to that.
Okay, but there's certain wait, no. There's equal interpretations for words. You can't just
Yeah,
say that
no, I said an interpretation for infinite. I never said it's the only interpretation for infinite.
I agree.
If you can give an equal interpretation, then yeah, you can give an equal interpretation. I never dismissed that. I'm saying if I justify why this is an interpretation of said word, then I can apply that definition.
Okay, yeah, whatever, fine. It's fine. You can start scaling then, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
The rest counts 1.
All right. Pretty sure you already know the Kaguya argument.
Uh, yeah. Can you prove that I know it? Why are you making that claim?
I said I'm pretty sure you know it. It's just off my view. That's what I think. If you don't know it, then you don't know it. And then I was wrong.
Let's go under.
I never affirmatively claimed that you know this argument. I'm just saying you might know it.
Who's
All right.
your judge?
Yeah. My judge, Mehmet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Okay, can you please provide the whole panel, because I think that it's taken out of
Provide the full
context.
panel. Which
Yeah.
panel? Which panel?
The one that you're using for the space-time argument.
Which one?
The
Like,
one that
I'm using all of the panels.
you provided a single instance, that being the orbital.
The Obito one. Oh, do you think it's a fake panel?
No, I don't think it's a fake panel. I think that it's
Okay,
taken
so
out
you
of
don't think
context.
you think it's taken out of context.
Yes.
Well, if you think it's taken out of context, right, you can just snip the kanji and go translate it to see the full context. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I'm requesting the entire page from you.
you're requesting the entire page. You can get enough from that single panel. If you don't get enough context from that panel, then just come back to me and I'll go get you the
what you're
entire
committing is
panel.
just a selective reading fallacy, because you're
Selective reading? Define that. What is that?
yeah. It's when you choose. I can send you. You find logic fallacious?
No, just explain to me what the fallacy is. I don't
saying
care.
you're
don't care what
committing a
logically
selective
fallacious is.
attention. Do you know what a selective attention is?
What the hell is that? Yo, Krimi, educate him. Tell him what selective, whatever that is.
Oh, shit.
Selective. Oh wait, you said selective attention, right? Because that's for whatever.
Selective
Wait,
reading.
one second, I'm eating chicken. Wait. Hold on.
Yo, fat ass.
Yo, chill out.
What the fuck up, Ching Chung?
Okay, yo, Beatstroyer, define selective reading.
Yeah, as when a series of arguments or claims is made, and the opponent acts as if the weakest argument is the best one made. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, this is a form of cherry picking and very similar to selective attention.
So he's
why?
Wait, Floatzy. He's trying to say that you're like focusing on the relevant information rather than
Wait. I'm focusing on relevant or irrelevant information.
No, I'm saying I'm in danger.
Huh? Yo, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying that you're just taking it out of context, a certain part of.
I'm taking it out of context. No,
Yeah,
I literally told you, right? I literally told you, if you snip this panel, go ahead and translate it for the context, and you think, oh, this isn't enough context, then you can come back to me and I'll get you the panel.
I know, and I'm asking you to substantiate.
Because I think there is enough context in that panel.
I'm asking you to provide the entire panel.
But I already told you, you want me to provide the entire panel for context, correct?
Yes.
Okay, for context. Now I told you, I think there is enough context within that panel for you to like derive your conclusion from, right?
Why does it matter what you think?
Because what I think can be correct.
Okay, can you substantiate that, or just
can I substantiate what I think being correct?
Yeah.
Do you know how truth values work?
Yeah, okay. Well, can you tell me how truth values are relevant here right now? When I'm asking you to substantiate.
I'm saying what I think. I'm saying what I think can be correct, right? That links to truth values because my claim would have a truth or false value on top of it. If my claim has a truth value on it, then it would be correct.
Yeah, okay, I'm asking you to substantiate.
On purpose? Are you being dumb on purpose right now? What?
Do you know what the truth value is? Or should I like define it?
You said that's appeal to ridicule. Find appeal to ridicule. Go on.
I didn't say it's appeal to ridicule.
Who's yelling? What did you say it was then?
Can you fix your mic, please? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'll fix my mic if I want, alright? Now tell me what you said. What did I appeal to? Go on.
I said that you're appealing to stupidity by saying that I'm stupid.
Define that.
Can you
Define.
Can you fix your
wait,
mic?
wait, wait, no, wait, wait.
No,
Beatstroyer, he's
my
questioning whether he's questioning whether you're being dumb on purpose or not. He's never said that you're stupid.
I never said you are. I never said you are stupid. I put it into question. I said,
Yeah,
"Are you being dumb on purpose?"
it's kind of hard to understand what you're saying when you're yelling into the mic.
I'm
No,
not yelling into
I
the
already
mic.
like
It's
told
just me
you. I
speaking.
already told you. Should I
Yeah.
say it again?
Okay, can you just tell me why you're can you firstly tell me why you're even talking when you're a judge and you're supposed to be just sitting on the sidelines watching and
Yeah,
observing?
I'm trying to like make it easier for you here because this nigga,
Yeah,
this nigga
because
Floatzy just screaming into the mic.
you might be incompetent. So like, he's telling you what I'm saying because you might not understand what I'm saying for some reason.
Yeah, because you're yelling into your mic, and also again,
I'm not
so
yelling
what?
into my mic. It's just
So what
called
if I'm
going closer
so
to my mic. I can go like further away from my mic if you want me to.
so what
Yo,
if you
yo, yo, yo.
believe that
Let me.
I'm incompetent?
Okay, okay. You can present what you're saying after I finish speaking. All right.
I'm the one speaking,
Okay.
so you're.
I was speaking beforehand. What? Are you trying to cut me off?
Oh, what's the debate about?
We're debating whether Naruto is Uni Plus. This nigga told me I'm appealing to stupidity. I want him to justify why I'm appealing to stupidity. So go on, because I didn't put into question. I didn't say affirmatively that you are stupid or that you are dumb. I put into question whether you are dumb.
I didn't hear you putting it into question. My
I did,
apologies,
but
because
I
you were
said, "Are
yelling
you
into the
dumb on
mic.
purpose?" I said, "Are you dumb on purpose?"
Oh
That's
yeah,
me putting it into
my mom's
question.
calling me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
cool for me.
I
Yeah, I can do
already
the
told
distraction.
you that, and I already told you that. What's it called? I misheard you, so ignore
Okay,
it.
okay,
It's
okay.
not
All
that
right,
hard to
all right, all right.
comprehend.
So what are we going back to? All right. So I was explaining how you can literally snip this panel, right, and get context from this panel. If you don't think that's enough context, then you can come back to me and we can get the entire panel. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. There we go. We got the context. Hooray!
By the
Was
way,
that
I
too
don't have
hard?
that much time. I don't have that much time. Okay, so I can like make this debate.
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up, Indian.
No,
Yeah.
shut
All
the
right.
fuck up, you fucking pocket. Don't even
All
look,
right.
look
Chill
at
out.
Come
Chill out. Chill
Bayani.
out.
You look ugly. Shut the fuck up.
Creamy, chill out. Creamy, chill out. All right.
Yeah,
Classification.
All right. Okay. So Beastroyer, what's your argument out of this? You got
yeah,
the
okay.
context.
So yeah, it's simply it's Obito stating that she connected space, and that I can imagine being transported to another space-time. So we can simply infer that we can simply deduct from this that she is referring to the fact that she is teleporting, since space-time ninjutsu is considered teleportation jutsu, right? Within
I
Naruto or
can
whatever.
imagine it being transported to another space-time. So you're saying another space-time is her teleportation jutsu?
No, I'm saying that she's being
Wait.
transported via
You're saying it's
space-time.
referring to her teleporting, right? That's what you're saying. So you're saying this other space-time that it is being transported into is a teleportation jutsu?
No, I'm saying that what? No, I'm saying that her teleportation, like her whatever her portals or
Right,
whatever,
right.
are the space time that it's being transported through, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Did you say the space-time is being transported through?
Yeah, like you see the little.
You know nothing can transport through space-time without space-time? Fun fact. If you didn't know
Yeah,
that, wait, so you're saying space-time does indeed exist within these dimensions.
no, I'm saying that her. Wait,
Wait, no, you already agreed that nothing can transport. You already agreed that nothing can transport through space-time without space-time already existing. That would mean space-time exists within these dimensions. That's
okay,
that's
sure,
common sense.
sure. That's not what I was arguing, but okay.
Okay, so tell me what you were arguing for. Enlighten me.
I was saying that she is transferring through spaces in within her teleportation.
She was transporting through space within her
Like,
teleportation.
yeah,
What?
because space time.
Within her teleportation? Do you know what
Yeah,
teleportation is?
or within her portals. My bad. Her portals
Within
are
her.
this like the
Okay, all
space
right,
time
all right.
ninjutsu.
Okay. So the portals are the space-time ninjutsu. You know, it says I can imagine it being transported to another space-time. Wait. You're calling them space-time ninjutsu?
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm saying
you're
they're
calling.
portals.
Okay. Wait, how can jutsu correlate to space-time without space-time existing?
Okay, whatever. I'm going to drop my argument that there's the space time there. I'll concede to the fact that there is a space-time there. Can you prove that
Okay,
it's a
okay.
separate? Can you prove that it's a separate space-time from the main time temporal, please?
Which main time temporal
From the main universe. Can you prove that
from
it's
the
a
main
separate
universe?
space-time?
Okay. Wait. Why do you want me
Oh
to
wait,
prove that?
never mind.
What do you want me to prove that's a separate space time? What?
Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm just using arguments I wanted to stout. Whatever. Let me go get something real quick.
Okay,
Mm.
that's basic.
WD bunks, to be honest.
Yo, Big Prey, we can run Ichigo against Naruto after this.
Mama is hello India.
Shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
Paki,
okay.
Paki, Paki.
Shut up, bro. Fire, you fucking live victim. I'm joking. I'm
Okay,
joking.
whoever's yelling,
Next life.
I'm gonna serve an issue.
Huh?
What
Whoever's
was that?
yelling, I'm gonna serve a mutual. I can't.
That isn't
There's,
yelling. That isn't yelling. That's just me going
I
closer to my
don't
mic.
care whatever it is. Okay. Can you prove that she scales to the time temporal of her dimension, please, real quick?
She created her dimensions. She created the entire construct. So yeah, she was scaled to the time temporal.
Yeah. So you're making the claim that she created an entire time temporal. You're aware what of a time temporal is, correct?
A time temporal. You can just say a temporal dimension.
What makes it a temporal dimension is the fact that it encompasses the past, present, future events of a timeline of over the universe or the space, whatever.
What are
Um,
you? Are you reading off a script? Why are you speaking so fast?
what?
Are you
If I was
reading off a
reading,
script? Why are you
if I was
speaking so
reading
fast?
off a script, I'd be talking slower.
I mean,
Also, how is that point relevant to my contention?
yeah, because you're speaking really fast, and I don't think I can comprehend what you're saying. All right. So am I aware what a time temporal is?
Yeah, and then I said that a time temporal has to encompass the past, present, future of the certain space within that dimension.
Um,
So
a
every
temporal
single
dimension. Yeah, we'll just by default temporal dimension will just already be encompassing the time within the space, unless temporal is existing on its own.
Okay, yeah, I'm not arguing for all temporals. I'm arguing particularly for time temporal. For time to be a dimensional temporal, it has to encompass past,
What
present, future.
are you? Wait. You're saying a time temporal? Do you think there can be like other temporals, like space temporals?
I'm not sure. I'm not aware.
You know, temporal literally means time.
I'm not aware, and I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that for this instance, this is what I'm
Okay,
arguing. Okay. Can you adjust my actual like point, or are you just going to keep addressing random things?
Wait,
addressing
how
random.
long does the debate start? This debate has been going on for.
It's been
Like
like
2
10
minutes.
minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
let me stop this one. Yeah, it's been like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is basically, can you substantiate that she can see the past, present, future of her timeline, please?
She can see the past, present, and future of her timeline.
Yes.
Okay. Since she's created it, right? She will be able to oversee the past of it. Okay. But actually, you said oversee the past, present, and future of her timeline.
No, that's what I said, but okay.
Wait, what did you say then? Tell me what you said.
I said, can you prove that she can see the future, the past, and the present of her timeline?
Why would she have to
With
see the future of her timeline?
I already explained that like 3 times.
Huh? You did not
I
explain how she would have to see the past, present, and future of her timeline. All you said
yes,
was
I
a temporal
did.
dimension encompass. Yo, stop cutting me off. All you said. Wait one.
Yo, Beats.
Alright,
Yeah,
all
what's
you
up?
said. Yo,
Yeah,
what's
One
up?
sec,
I
one
gotta
second.
go now,
Infra.
so I can't really judge.
Okay, can I replace info with NGL? He's been here the whole time.
Sure, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
All you said was a temporal dimension encompasses past, present, and future. You never said that she has to oversee the past, present, and future.
I did like 3 times. I stated that she has to
No, you
oversee
did.
them.
Wait. Okay.
You can go through the
Everyone
recording.
who is in this VC who is hearing his temporal argument or something, his nonsense. What did he say? Did he say that Kaguya has to oversee the past, present, and future? I just put that into question.
Never
And
heard
Wait,
that.
what I heard? Wait, one sec. What I heard was that what's it called?
What
I think you
the
need to prove that time compass. No, like some shit about past, present, and future, but I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah. I just explained what he said. He said temporal dimensions encompass past, present, and future. He never said he never substantiated why Kaguya would have to oversee the past, present, and future. You never said
Yeah,
that once.
he
Do
did.
you want me to
Wait,
substantiate
what?
it?
A dead
Sure.
Avenger? What exactly did he say? A dead Avenger? Go on.
Yeah, he said I'm agreeing with you. He said the temporal dimension has to be like past,
Oh,
present, future.
okay. Yo,
Yeah.
okay. So the Vistra, you did not say that. So why are you lying?
Okay,
All right, you
I
can go
explain.
ahead
Okay, I
and
will
explain.
explain. Yeah, okay. So, but time is for time to be a temporal dimension has to be past, present, future events. So, if she were to scale to that temporal within her dimension, she would have to be able to see those instances, the past, present, future of that timeline,
What?
of that
You know,
entire story.
yo, Vistra, you know that time simply existing on its own would already indicate the presence of past, present, and future. Do you want me to explain, or do you already know that?
Okay, yeah, nice. I'm not arguing about time existing and whatever you just said. I'm
No,
saying, can
you just said for time to be a temporal.
I'm
You just said for
asking
time to
you.
be a temporal, it has to encompass past, present, and future, right?
Uh, yes.
Yeah, and I
Yo,
told you just time simply existing would already be encompassing past, present, and future. It would already indicate the presence of past, present, and future. That's literally what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Great.
it links directly to what you're saying. What?
Yeah, that's not what I'm asking you to prove. I'm asking you to prove that Kagura can see that time, past, present, future, so that she can scale to her dimension. It's
What?
kind of crazy.
No, okay,
I
okay,
think I
okay.
think I
Let
know
me
what he's trying to say.
yeah, Blaze,
No.
what's he trying to say? Blaze, what's he trying to say?
I think he's trying to say for Kaguya to scale to her dimension, she has to know future events. I think that's what he's
He
saying.
has to show future events. Okay, wait,
If
Beaster. All I'm saying, right, is
like she has to know
temporal the
future
time
events. Like
existing on their own would indicate a temporal dimension. Temporal dimensions are just a dimension of time, right? An axis of
Just
time. Okay.
strawmanning my argument. I'm
Oh
arguing
no! Wait!
that
What
she
did? How did I
doesn't
misrepresent your
scale.
argument? How did I misrepresent your argument? Explain
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Go ahead.
not. I'm
Go ahead.
asking you. I'm asking you to prove that she scales to the temporal dimension, and I'm
Yeah.
saying and I'm saying you can substantiate that by showing an instance where she can see that the future of her timeline. You're just
I
simply
can
saying that simply time existing and going circular without actually addressing my points.
not really. I was addressing your point about a time temporal. What?
That what? That's a claim I made that
Okay,
you're agreeing
yeah.
with.
You said, can she oversee the past, present, and future? Right? I said, how is that like? I never said how is that relevant. I was indicating, I was implying, how is that relevant? Why does it matter? And then you were like, are you aware that like for time to be temporal, it has to encompass past, present, and future? And then I was explaining how time simply existing will already encompass past, present, and future. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what happened. Okay.
So you're not okay. Yeah. No
Okay,
problem.
now since you understand that, right, I can stem an argument from this and I can explain to you how she scales to it.
Yeah. Go on.
All right, Destroyer, you got that?
Yeah. Go on.
That wasn't hard to understand. All right. So
That
since
wasn't
she
so.
created, okay, do you agree that she created the construct of her dimensions?
No, but
You
let's
don't
go
agree
under.
that she created the construct of her dimensions because this this
Let's
stems
go.
into the point of her like scaling to the temporal. So
Let's go under the hypothetical that I were to agree. You know what a hypothetical is within a debate?
yeah, I know what hypothetical is.
Okay, great. We'll continue your argument or whatever.
Okay. Wait, no. Okay, why do you not agree that she created the construct of her dimensions?
Uh,
This can be
okay.
a subject.
Can you define what you mean construct within this dialectic? Which it
Like
could be
like
simply.
her
Wait,
dimension, like
can
her
you stop
dimension.
interrupting me? Can
What?
you stop, can
I was
you stop me?
answering your question.
No, I didn't finish my question to answer
Okay,
it.
go on. Okay, go on.
Yeah, all right. Can you define like what do you mean by dimension? Do you mean just the 3D physical matter and the planet, etc., or do you include when you say dimension the time temporal aspect of it? So you're gonna
Like
argue that she also created the time temporal aspect if I agree to the fact that she created her dimension. Is that what you're going to try to stand your
if
argument on?
you agree to the fact that she created her dimensions, right? The space simply existing there and her going into the dimensions, if there was no time, there would be no motion within the dimensions. Are you aware of that?
That's not what I'm arguing. I already conceded to time existing there. I'm arguing scale to the time temporal.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so if she created the construct, right, she would also have created the time within it, correct?
No. Why would that be
Why not?
correct?
Huh? I just explained
I
to you how it would be correct. All right. She's
yeah,
creating
and
the construct, right? She's creating all the space within her dimension, right? Now, for motion to exist within the dimension, like for her to actually be able to move within it, she would have to create the time in it as well.
um no, like you're misinterpreting my argument. Let me read
What?
time. Let me
Nigga,
rephrase
what?
it one more.
What the
The,
fuck?
please stop interrupting me
How
so I
am I
can close the.
misinterpreting what you're saying? Yo, go ahead and say it.
Yeah,
Go ahead and say it.
I'll repeat it one last time. Okay, so for I'm not arguing that she didn't create it. I'm not arguing that there isn't time temporal. I'm asking you to substantiate that she scales to the time temporal. If she were to truly scale to the time, wait, stop
Uh,
interrupting me. What is this?
I'm not interrupting you. I'm just saying,
Yeah, it's getting in my way. Can you just please
okay,
let me explain my
go ahead and
argument?
explain. Go ahead and explain.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm asking you to substantiate that she scales to her time dimension, her time temporal dimension, and this would be proven by you showing that she can see the future within this dimension. I already explained why that's a necessity, since time encompasses an infinite timeline of snapshots, including the past, present, and future events. Therefore, if she created the past, present, and future to make it a temporal or the infinite snapshots, therefore she would have to know every instance within that timeline.
That
And I can provide instances where she didn't know, but it's kind of your positive claim, since that's something you're presupposing to your for your argumentation to be valid. Otherwise, your argumentation is just falling apart, since it's like yeah, it just doesn't follow the definition for time temporal. And you're arguing that she created the time temporal, therefore she scales to it, which is just not addressing my contention.
okay? Are you done?
Yes.
All right. So you saying you're okay? You're saying right that she has to know past, present, and future, everything that is contained within that dimension, to actually scale to the time temporal. Well, not even just the time temporal, the temporal dimension. All right. Are you saying that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You're saying you're aware that if she just creates time itself, right? Past and future would already be branched out by just that time she created.
Uh. Okay. You're just not answering my question. You're not answering my
Bro,
contention.
I'm trying to answer your
What
question
the
by
fuck?
getting you to understand that. What? It's simple understanding.
Simple.
I'm deriving an
Okay.
argument to contend what you're trying to say. And I'm trying to get you to understand that argument in little baby steps, because clearly you cannot understand my argument if I say it out loud and fully.
Because your argument is autistic. It's not addressing my plan
Argument
and
is
my point.
autistic. Yeah, it is addressing your point. Bro,
No,
I'm
no.
literally trying to
I'm
address your point by making you
um,
understand the argument.
yeah, you're saying she
Nigga,
created
it's
it,
not
and
hard to understand.
I
Okay.
provided the proof that she doesn't scale to that time temporal.
Floats, your
You just
arguments are
think
all
it is
testicle.
going circular.
Proof, alright, nigga. Now let me speak and make my argument, okay?
Sure, go make your argument.
Okay, so what I was saying, right? Just her creating the temporal dimension, right? That temporal dimension would already branch out into past, present, and future. She doesn't have to oversee all of past, present, and future in order to scale to the temporal dimension. I don't know where you got that misconception from. You know that creation is a direct, it's a direct indication of scaling to something. You cannot
Yo,
create
yo.
something that you cannot destroy with the same tools and energy.
Floats, your arguments are
What's happening?
autistic,
What's
so you
happening?
concede.
For real, my arguments are so autistic, like bro, like
Bro, chill.
the
Okay,
fuck.
let me provide more reasoning for why my argumentation is going to be valid, really quick. And
Why
to
is Trix
further
here?
and to okay, can you please shush while I'm
Okay,
Wait,
sorry,
trying to
I'll
Tricks,
shush.
Tricks, what you
point.
doing here? Tricks, wait, I thought you quit Chord. Anyways, yeah,
Okay,
what you trying to say? Address that now.
the fact that she spins her dimensions, she doesn't actually create them, and the reason why my interpretation of what it states is over yours is because of what I already stated and explained to you how the time temporal dimension works. So yeah, go ahead, address it.
What she spins it, not creates it.
Hmm.
Define spinning.
Okay, sure.
Wait, define spinning in this context, not just like some random interpretation of spinning that has no correlation to this.
Yeah, okay, so we can simply, for example, we can simply just deduct that in this interpretation it can, or induct that in this interpretation it simply means to like assemble or whatever. That
Bro,
she spins from different material. Like for example, I can let's say, let me think of a equal example real quick. Um, I don't know, but you get my argument. Whatever.
do I get you? Wait, is your argument that she assembles it, meaning that there were already materials existing?
Not necessarily creation. Do you agree that for someone to scale to their creation, that creation would have to be within an instant and not after certain periods of time? So in a single
No.
energy output instance?
No.
Okay, can you define how a character scales to creation of one's dimension?
How a character scale? Okay, in this instance, right? Since this dimension takes an infinite amount of energy to create, as per my argument is right, then she would just scale to it no matter how long she takes, because it's infinite energy. You cannot do something that requires infinite energy finitely,
Can you prove that it requires infinite energy?
bruh. My literally entire argument is based upon it being a space-time continuum. Do you already know why space-time continuums require an infinite amount of energy to create?
No, they don't. Oh, wait.
You They don't. You're saying they don't?
Okay, can you prove that they do? Can you prove that they do?
Okay. So you know that the space already existing within the space-time continuum. Okay, it can be finite, right? And then she adds a temporal dimension of time as per my argument, okay? And from that time brings a sequence of events. So the space within the dimension constantly keeps changing due to the progression of events because of this temporal dimension of time, right? Since this sequence of events exists, right, there would be infinite snapshots to record these sequence of events changing. All right. So say for example, right, I am within the dimension. The progression of events needs to move on as time goes by sequence, right? Next snapshot could be me moving forward 1 meter. Next snapshot could be me moving forward and right like 0.001 nanometers. Since there's an infinite amount of ways I can move and infinite possibilities contained within that dimension, time needs to record every single possibility so that there is a sequence of events for that time to actually progress and that space to actually have motion within it. All right. So since
Okay.
so because of that, since there would be infinite subspaces contained within that space, it would take infinitely more energy than a three-dimensional space to create.
Okay, yeah, I can just address that. Firstly, are you aware that a 2D being is like more than infinitely below a 3D being, or a 3D being is above
A 3D being is infinitely above a 2D being.
more than infinitely? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me explain how you're able to assemble a space-time continuum. Since it's not actually a 4D, since it's not an actual 4D construct, but it's a three-dimensional construct with a one-dimensional temporal. So if someone were to assemble it, they are able to assemble a two-dimensional. Since it's a one-dimensional temporal, that being time, therefore it is possible to create it via 3D energy. So, for example,
Huh?
what are you hawing about? You're not even just shush.
Okay, no, just continue, just continue. You just said
Yeah,
something,
okay.
Richard.
So if for example she firstly creates assembles a three-dimensional world, and then she assembles a 1D temporal, which is infinitely below a 2D. So therefore, the snapshots argument that you're currently making infinite would require infinite 1D energy, but 2D is unquantifiably greater than infinite above 1D, and 3D is greatly above 2D. So we can simply just deduct the fact that it requires infinite 1D energy. Do you have any contentions with that?
Infinite 1D energy.
Yep.
You know, one-dimensional energy cannot be infinite, right?
Wow.
Can you
Just
prove it to me?
wow.
You know, one-dimensional energy cannot be infinite. You know, it's fine. It's a finite amount of energy just to be three-dimensional. Like, wait, look at the wall level amount of joules in versus Wiki. Let me go on attack mode and see right now and just explain my point. Let me just go in there right now. All right. So the amount of joules to be below average human level is 0 to 60 joules. Two-dimensional is below average human level, right? Because this is a three-dimensional spectrum, okay? Now, since it's 0 joules exerted to be below average human, there would be negative joules to be two-dimensional or one-dimensional, okay? Now that you got that, Beastroyer, how does
Can you
your
send
argument
that?
apply?
Can you send that scan that you're currently reading off?
Yeah, yeah. It's right here. Shows all the joules exerted from the attack potency charts.
Floatzy, is he trying to say that Kage assembled three-dimensional space and one temporal of time? Is it what he's trying to apply here?
He, he literally said that Kaguya created the three-dimensional space and then exerted one-dimensional and infinite one-dimensional energy in order to create a four-dimensional space.
Yeah, can you screenshot what you're talking about real quick?
Bruh. Alright, fine. Okay. Here it
Wait,
takes
so,
0 to
sorry.
60 joules.
Listen. Floaty, so your refutation was that 1D can't have an infinite amount of energy, nor it can exert an infinite amount of energies, right?
Being 1D is already by definition below infinite. I mean below finite.
Okay. That's because it's talking about 3D energy.
3D
Below average
energy.
human.
Okay, show me a 4D chart.
A 4D chart? What do you mean?
Yeah, show me a four-dimensional attack potency chart.
A four-dimensional attack potency chart, but
Because
not how would
look, universe level on Versatile Wiki. Let me just send it to you. The joules exerted for it, right, is this much to any higher finite number. So this is the highest finite dimension, highest finite attack potency that someone can exert, right, on a 3D level. Okay. After that is high uni, which is an infinite attack potency, right? So you're saying that four-dimensional, not you're saying that four-dimensional will just be infinitely above this high 3A, right?
Mhm.
So by default, it would already take an infinite amount of 3D energy.
Okay, here, how about I give you a different okay, then I can give you a different argument still
Yeah, okay,
has
okay.
its own.
You can go ahead and give me a different argument.
So we already conceded to the fact that a dimensional temporal has created an infinite amount of energy from the previous temporal.
You
So
said
we can
what?
just say that 3G
You said what?
energy
Wait,
has
say that again. Say that again. I didn't hear you. Start
we
again.
can just say that 3G energy, right, is like infinitely infinitely above 1G energy. So you can with 1 joule of 3G energy a one-dimensional temporal, correct? Or whatever your argument was.
Mm,
No, why?
not necessarily. Temporal dimensions work differently to spatial dimensions.
Okay, can you explain why my claim's wrong, please?
All right. Did you already get the snapshot point that I gave you? The infinite sequence of events causing infinite subspaces within the three-dimensional spectrum.
No, I didn't get the subspaces part.
You didn't get the subspaces part. All right. So I already told you, right? Okay. So time existing right there. You do define time as just like the sequence of events or just progressions of events within space.
Uh, I wait, wait. What do you mean? Can you repeat what you're asking?
What do you think time is? Like time itself. What do you think time
Uh,
is?
Okay, so what I think time is a basically, let me use the word container. It's like infinite snapshots or past, present, future of past, present, future. So time is an entire timeline of events within a world. So for example, it's part of time that you're going to be born, die, and whatever. That's all part of a single time by definition, in my opinion.
Wait, so you're saying time is just like timeline? Wait, what?
Yeah,
He's
so
saying
what I'm saying,
he's saying that's just the past, present,
okay,
and future.
can you
Yeah,
please stop like getting in the debate as a judge?
bro.
I'm
He
just trying to
just
make it. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
simplify it for Floatzy.
anyway. What's good, Infinity? All right. Anyways, Beastroyer.
What's good?
Yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm just debating this guy. I'm just raping the shit out of him. Anyways, Beastroyer, you're saying time is just like the timeline, past, present, and future within like space.
what does space have to do with my argument about time, with my
Bruh,
definition of time?
what can time encompass if it's not within space?
Uh,
It's
time is a
encompassing the past, present, and
time.
future of that space. What?
Uh, no, that's what a space time is. Time is a 1D temporal time.
Nigga,
That's not how. Why do I have to
nigga.
have space as part of the definition for my time? If I have
Wait,
space
one
as part
sec.
of the definition for my time, that's space time. Like what? Do you even
Bro.
understand what you're saying?
Mammoth, shut the fuck up, you Indian.
Where's Floatzy?
Floatzy died. He said his internet might go out, so if it went down, we can debate later.
Oh my
Mama
god,
is
this
still
nigga is.
Indian.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Bucky.
Floaters, did your
Oh man,
internet
you're
go out?
Indian.
Hey,
So,
shut the fuck up, thingy.
yeah.
You're Indian. Mama is still Indian. Mama is still
Okay,
Indian.
wait. Can you shut the fuck up? Please go to Naruto server. Mute you. Everybody, shut the fuck up, or I'll server mute you guys. Floaters, are you there, or do we need to postpone because you're? Oh, okay, to get your live. Whatever. Can you just save recording then? Because his internet went out. Exclamation mark. Let me get. Oh,
What
you
point
can
were we
record
on?
it.
All right, we were on the point of. Wait, one sec. What were we on the point of?
Oh yeah. You were saying that a spatial temporal is different from a spatial dimension is different
What
from a
the fuck?
temporal dimension.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I said spatial dimension is different from temporal dimension. Okay, so I was explaining how time is just the progression of events within space, right?
Yeah, and I asked you to prove why you believe that time doesn't
Why
exist.
I believe that.
Um, yeah, because I believe that time doesn't necessarily have to be correlated to space unless it's a space time, right? Because for example, I can provide you an VSBW. Time temporal can be connected to a one dimension, to one spatial dimension, making it 2D.
Yeah, that
So
would make it two-dimensional temporal. I mean, a two-dimensional space.
yeah. So time doesn't inherently have to imply space, correct?
Time
Since
doesn't
space
have
is
to imply
three-dimensional.
space.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that relate to the context of this whatever point we're on about the three-dimensional space already existing?
Um, three-dimensional space already existing? Wait, what?
You know this already existing three-dimensional space that I'm referring to, that being Kaguya's dimensions, right?
Wait, elaborate. What do you mean?
Okay. So if say my argument stands, right? Supposedly Kaguya's dimensions would be four-dimensional, correct? Because of that
Uh,
one temporal within the three dimensions of space.
uh, yeah, supposedly, sure.
Alright. So yeah, so we're referring to that. I tried to get you to agree that time is just like the progression of events, okay? It doesn't need to necessarily be within space. Okay, I can just define that as the progression of events or a sequence of events, right? That's what
Okay,
time
yeah,
is.
sure, but
Okay.
it doesn't have to be part of space, correct? You don't have any contention.
I don't really care about that. That doesn't
Okay.
correlate to my argument. All right, so because this is part of space anyway, so time would just be the progressions of events within this space. That's what the time would be within this space, correct?
Progressions of events within the space. Sure.
All right, and I already extrapolated on since time exists and a progression of events will need to exist for the space to actually change and move and things to move within the space for motion to exist, right? Um, all right, since say I would be put inside that space, right? Me moving
Yo, I
forward,
gotta
right,
go.
is one sequence of events. All right, Krim, you can go. Me moving forward would be one sequence of events. Me moving right, like right 1 meter
Yeah,
would be another
I
sequence of
understand how
events. Yeah, yeah.
snapshots work.
There's
I
infinite
understand how snap.
possibilities. There's infinite ways I could move. There's infinite distances I could move from.
Uh,
Okay.
wait, no, I'll contend that.
You said what?
I want to contend what you just said.
Okay.
There isn't infinite possibilities. If we're appealing to snapshots, which you verbatim stated yourself as the definition for a time temporal being infinite snapshots on a progressive
Snapshots.
timeline. Do
Do you know what a snapshot is?
yes, I know what a snapshot is. Can I please finish my argument?
Tell me what snapshot is then.
It's derived from the snapshot of a camera, that being
Wait,
capturing
what?
an instant.
Okay.
I I'm
Capturing an
trying
instant.
capturing an instance of a
All right.
certain place. So what infinite snapshots basically tells is that how there's like infinitely small decimals of time or like digits of
Infinite
time or
small
whatever.
decimals. Yeah, there's infinite numbers before the number 1 or 0.01.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that. Yeah, so basically there's a snapshot for each of those instances, but
Mhm.
right, if you created those infinite snapshots from the past, stretching all the way to the infinite future, correct? Since that's what your argument
Infinite
is.
future. That's not my argument.
Well, that's the argument of
My
space time.
argument, my argument, my argument is right. There's already infinite snapshots existing simply because
Right.
time exists and it has to progress.
Oh, right, right. So yeah, the future events are also already created, right, with the snapshot.
Future events are already created. No,
Not
I don't
created,
believe
but they're
that.
already like
Future is just
foreseen.
what is about to happen. They're already
Uh,
foreshadowed, yeah, by the snapshots.
yeah, they're already foreshadowed by the snapshot grid. Then that means you don't have infinite possibilities since they're already
Then you don't
preset.
have infinite. Yeah, there could be. You already agreed that there are infinite futures. What?
I didn't.
Yeah, you did say infinite futures. Everyone in this VC, right? Someone
Yeah, we can
vouch if
go
you
through
said
recording.
infinite
We can go
futures or
through
not.
recording. If
Yeah, we
that's a
can go
claim
through the
you're going.
recording.
All
I'll
right.
be Beaster's testimonial evidence, and I will say he never said that, bro. Stop lying. He
Bro,
was
you
lying
weren't
on
even
his name.
here.
I
Shut up.
was.
All right.
I'm his
NGL.
testimonial
NGL,
evidence.
did
He's
you
just
hear
lying
that?
lie now.
Anyone hear that?
Like,
Shut up.
no one here, bro. No one here heard that, bro. Stop lying to yourself. You just
I heard
imagine
it.
me things. You lack intellect. You lack. Bro, don't get loud. Don't get loud, bro. We cannot hear what you're saying, bro. We cannot hear what you're saying. You lack
Anyone
intellectual
else?
tent to keep up with beatstroyer. He's blaming you. Beatstroyer is
Anyone
slamming, bro.
else,
You
anyone
suck.
else. This guy's a
You
troll. This
suck.
guy's an actual troll. Yo,
I
okay.
know,
NGL,
but he never
NGL,
said that.
yo,
But
NGL,
he was
Can you
lying.
yo.
substantiate that
He
he's a
was lying to
troll?
the
Hold up.
audience.
Wait, can you
He was
NGL.
lying
substantiate
to
that
the
he's a
audience, bro.
troll?
Why do I need to? What?
You're making a positive
Why
assertion.
does correlate to
Yeah,
my
yeah.
argument in the debate? What? Why are we derailing?
Oh, you're the one who derailed. You called him a troll after requesting for testimonial evidence.
Yeah, I'm requesting for testimonial evidence. All right. Okay. Now,
And he
NGL,
provided you with
NGL, did you hear him
testimonial.
say that?
So look,
NGL, did you hear
you
him say that?
requested for testimonial evidence, and when I come up in VC and say that he never said that, I'm lying now.
Never like that nigga
Yeah,
saying that. Like
I'm lying now just because I'm saying the truth. But look, you're
you're
gonna
not
call your
saying the
friends.
truth
Look, you're
though.
gonna call your
You're
friends
not
and
saying the
you're gonna tell
truth.
them like
NGL isn't
I am
even my
saying the truth.
friend. What?
Matter of fact,
NGL
okay,
isn't even my friend. He's Beast Troyer's judge.
look.
He's
Matter of
literally
fact,
Beast
hold
Troyer's
on, hold
judge.
on, hold on,
What
hold
are
on.
you on about? What?
Yo, stop getting loud, bro.
What?
Stop getting loud. Beaster also
What do you
requested
mean
a
stop getting
conversation that
loud,
we can
bro?
watch through the
NGL
recording.
ain't even my judge.
Yo,
He ain't
stop,
even
look,
my
look,
friend.
look,
Who's debating? Who's debating? Who's debating? Who's debating? Who's debating? Who's
Look.
debating?
Me and Beast Troyer.
Beaster
Wait, one sec.
requested to watch the recording, bruh. If you
Let's
guys
just
don't
go.
want to take my testimonial evidence
Okay.
that's true, we can watch the recording. Beaster
Audience,
already,
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Beaster
All right.
already
We can
proposed
watch the
that.
recording.
See the future or whatever. No, sorry. Jesus Christ, I already forgot my argument. Right, I was arguing that the right. So the timeline encompasses the future events and every snapshot. So every instance of that timeline. Therefore, if you were to, for example, if something in that timeline were to happen that was going to happen since the beginning, so there isn't actually infinite possibilities. So that was
No. Wait. What? Do you know what possibility is?
yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah. All right. So a possibility is just something that has a chance to occur, something that could occur. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. So you don't agree that there are an infinite amount of things which could occur. Like for example, right? Me moving 0.0001 nanometers like forward, all right? There could be an infinite amount of distances I could move to because you can never actually get to 1 if you move infinite. I mean, if you count from 0.0001. I'm
Uh,
not from 0.0001. If you start from like the the first number, you wouldn't even get to the first number, all right?
no, I'm saying that it's not a chance that was gonna happen. It was going to happen from the beginning of the time. So, for example,
It
if you
was
move
going to
something,
happen.
yeah,
You
like from the
do you know
beginning of.
what possibilities are?
Yes, I do know what possibilities are. Why?
Okay, yeah. Possibilities are things that could happen, right? Since a sequence of events, right, moves, it has to record every possible thing that could happen. Otherwise, it has no record of what will happen. You're saying time definitively knows what will happen. You're saying that
Yeah,
time already presupposes the future.
yeah.
No, it's taking a snap. It's taking every possible snapshot, right? That's my argument. It's taking every possible snapshot, and what happens in the future is derived by one of those possible snapshots. And I'm saying since there's infinite possibilities, there will be infinite snapshots causing infinite subspaces within this dimension.
Yeah, but you're just now backtracking since at the very beginning of the debate, you yourself stated that the definition of time is encompassing the past, present, and future events, right? So the
Is
future events would be,
encompassing past, present, and future.
yeah, the beginning of the
I
recording
said
said,
I said time like simply existing would already have encompassed past, present, and future.
right, and the future events are always going to happen, right?
Future
So
events are always going to happen. Well, unless there's a stop in like those events, something stops those events from
that
happening.
would infer destroying time temporal or whatever.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm indirectly arguing necessitarianism. Fuck, I'm turning it to shonen. I
Anyways,
no, but
what was you trying to say? Why am I backtracking?
yeah, you already agreed that time, like everything that's going to happen within a time temporal, has already been preset.
Okay,
Like
and
so,
you're saying I contradicted myself now?
yeah. By
Yeah.
saying
Okay.
that
How did I
it's
contradict
not,
myself?
because you're saying that it's not going, it's not that like the beginning of the time,
Huh?
is
No, I never said it's not going to happen. I'm saying one of those possible things will happen.
yeah, and I'm saying that time from the beginning of time, there is no possibility of something happening. It's 100% that it's going to happen within that timeline, which is
So you're
some.
wait. So are you trying to argue determinism?
No, I'm trying to argue necessitarianism.
That's not necessitarianism.
It is, I'm pretty sure.
You're saying okay. You're saying what's happening in the future is already determined by time.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Uh, I already explained because
No, I
the
gave sufficient evidence to say that time records these infinite snapshots because there are infinite possibilities of what can happen, like in the next sequence of events, right? It captures all of those possibilities, right? And takes one of those possibilities that is actuality.
okay, yeah, and I contradicted that by saying, and wait, at the beginning, and I'm saying that at the beginning of the debate, you agreed that all future events, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna have, if
I
you
never
have
said
to,
no. I never said all future events are presupposed. I'm saying time encompasses past, present, and future. That doesn't correlate to future events being presupposed.
okay,
If time
that's
encompasses all of past, present, and future, that means it would encompass all presents that are possible. What?
uh, okay, future, a period of time following a moment regarding a
That
filter
falls
event.
under my direct argument. Then it
Okay,
would
so
encompass every possible present and every possible future. That directly correlates to my
no,
argument. How am I
you're,
backtracking?
no, you're just hedging your original statement because
Wait,
you never
what?
actually.
What?
Yeah, you're just
Not
explaining
be
because
serious. All right. Go on, go on. How am I hedging? Go on.
I already. You're not letting me explain that. Okay, so you're hedging because you're just simply changing up the what you originally stated because you don't want because you like what is it called? You
Did
dislike
I
what
originally state? What did I originally state?
you originally stated, as far as I'm aware, that time, right? Time is infinite snapshots of past, present, future, and that like oh
I
it
never said it was infinite snapshots of past, present, and future. I said it was the progression of events within space, and since it has to keep recording space for a sequence of events to be in motion, it records snapshots of every possibility which could happen within that space, which would determine which what the future is, because it takes one of those infinite possible snapshots and uses it as actuality, right? Like me moving my hand right now was determined by one of those possibilities. I could have not moved my hand, right?
okay. So you're presupposing that libertarianism is correct. Then
Liberal whatism?
libertarianism
Define that.
is it basically says that nothing is preset within a time and that everything has free will within our world and universe.
Everything has free will.
Yeah, because what I'm indirectly arguing and what I believe you
I'm
agreed upon. Wait, let me finish, please.
I'm
What
not
I believe,
trying. All right, go on.
what me and you agreed upon, what I believe we and you agreed upon. I'm gonna have to go through recordings so we can agree on this. Is that we're appealing to necessitarianism? Fuck
No,
me.
we never agreed to agreeing on
Uh,
necessitarianism.
yeah,
Wait. If I agreed to necessary. What the fuck? Wait, one sec. If I agreed to necessitarianism, I wouldn't be regarding possibility. I would only be regarding actuality. What?
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. I believe that we agree to necessitarianism within our
We,
dialectic. I'm going to have to go
when did
through
we
because
agree to necessitarianism?
I'm saying, can you let me finish, please? I'm saying that I believe that we agree to necessitarianism within our dialectic indirectly, without you knowing the name. You indirectly stated the meaning of it to appeal, which you define time as with the dialectic. But you're currently now counter-argumenting it, saying that it's libertarianism that you're appealing to. So,
Libertarianism. That's not even what I was gonna counter the libertarianism point, whatever that shit is.
it's
I
your
never said
argument.
I was gonna
Wait,
counter that. Are you trying to say libertarianism is just like the thought of free will? Everything,
so okay,
nothing is
so you
determined. It's by
wait,
free
wait.
will.
Okay, if you're gonna counter libertarianism, can I just simply deduct the fact that you disagree with
I
libertarianism?
I never said I was gonna counter libertarianism. I said I was gonna counter your
You
point on
what?
libertarianism.
Wait, what?
I said I was
Did
gonna
he
counter what you said about libertarianism because I don't even know what that is.
did he say that he's gonna counter what I said about libertarianism, or did he say he's gonna can somebody like in VC's
Either way,
answer?
right? If I said I was gonna counter libertarianism, whatever, it could be just your view on it or whatever aspect you're taking into it to say that I agree to this thing.
Basically, what you said was libertarianism is like everyone has free will, and he was arguing saying that that wasn't his point. And yeah,
Okay, I sent the definition for libertarianism in
Okay,
Scan's
wait,
one.
let me read it. The problems of free will and
Uh,
determinism, which are part of the larger domain of metaphysics, in particular libertarianism in an incompatible position, which argues that free will is logically incompatible with it. Huh? Wait, are you saying this relates to determinism?
oh no, this is a direct opposition of determinism.
If it's
Oh
the
wait,
direct opposition of determinism, how is it saying free will is logically incompatible with deterministic? Wait, never mind. I thought it just said logically incompatible. Okay, wait. So what are you trying to say by this? Are you saying everything exists via free will?
no, I'm asking if that's what you're appealing to.
No,
Okay,
bro,
what are
that
you
isn't
appealing
even
to?
what I said. I said what happens is determined by one of the possible futures, right?
Okay, yeah. So possible futures and possibilities is okay. Can you prove that that metaphysic is correct, please? Because it's direct contradiction of
Can I
necessitarianism.
prove can I prove that metaphysics is correct? I never even claimed what?
You're making a claim of a metaphysic. I'm asking you to
I'm not
substantiate that that's
what
you
define
are.
define the claim I'm making via metaphysics.
Okay, look. Let me say the definition for necessitarianism because I don't know. I mean,
Alright.
it basically states that everything is preset within time. You're directly contradicting saying that everything is up to chance within time, which is the direct contradiction of this metaphysic. So I'm asking you to substantiate why the metaphysic you're appealing to is correct and it's over mine. So that's what
I
you're appealing
already
to.
I already justified why this would be the case. What?
No, you didn't. You just stated it, and this is direct.
No. I gave direct justification via time being the progression and sequence of events. And I already
Uh,
justified it, and you already like already extrapolated on the snapshot point as well. So
yeah,
what? Why are you prove
you.
things over and over, which I've already proved?
Yeah, no, you haven't. You just stated that you have that everything is up to chance. I'm stating that according to necessity,
What?
you said that
I
everything
never
that
said
there's.
everything is up to chance.
Are you saying probability and chance aren't synonymous?
Probability and chance are synonymous. What do you define probability?
A chance of something happening, I guess.
Okay, yeah, a chance of something happening, right? Okay, so what I was trying to say, right? Let me repeat this for like the fourth time, right? Okay. So the sequence of events, right, takes into account all those infinite snapshots that his has recorded, right, for the infinite possibilities that could occur within that container, okay? And then one of those possibilities is determined as actuality, and that is what happens in actuality, okay? So I'm saying there are
Um,
infinite possibilities, and one of those get taken for actuality. I'm not arguing
okay,
libertarianism or
wait,
necessitarianism, and I already justify why this would be the case
okay,
via time being a
wait.
progression of events and recording things within the snapshot.
Great. Okay, so this is your belief. This is your metaphysical belief. I'm asking you to
This
prove
is
why necessity.
bro. I
Uh,
literally justified this belief. What?
no. Okay, wait. Let me explain to you why what I'm trying to argue. I am arguing that time is preset since you're not providing actual evidence of your claims being correct. You're simply stating that it's a recording of every possibility. I'm saying that there's no possibilities within, right? Which
Oh,
is
so you're saying there's no possibilities, right? I already justified how there's an infinite amount of possibilities.
yeah, which is in direct contradiction for necessitarianism. So I'm telling you that the only way to debunk necessitarianism wrong.
Yeah. So when did I say I was gonna abide by necessarianism?
Uh, you never did, but you're presupposing that it's
Yeah.
wrong. So I'm asking you to
I'm
substantiate that it's
presupposing that
wrong.
what? I'm presupposing that what?
It's wrong, and I'm asking you to substantiate that. It's not that hard to comprehend.
Um. Okay. So what do you define necessitarianism as?
Already providing scanned one like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. So you're saying everything that happens is like wait.
Oh,
Actually, define
preset.
it in your words, right? Define it in your words, right? I wanna know
Yeah.
what you think necessarianism is.
Okay, yeah, so necessitarianism, in my opinion, basically states that there is no free will and all events from the beginning till the end of time have been preset. So, for example, I don't know, you eating tomorrow at this exact time, eating that exact amount of calories, leaving that much food was preset at the beginning of time, which is, and you never had any free will to begin with to choose whether that's the case or not.
Okay. Wait. So if you're saying, yeah, if I go and like murder someone's entire family, that was just decided by time that I wouldn't be taken into account for it.
Yes,
Like, my actions will not be taken into account for it.
yes.
So you don't believe anyone is a criminal.
No, that's not what I'm stating.
Yeah, you're
What?
saying their actions shouldn't be taken into account. So why would they be criminally held responsible for what they've committed if time just
Hold up.
determines it for them?
Uh,
They didn't have a choice over their actions. Time just determined it.
no. Okay, sure. Yeah, they didn't have a well, they believe that they had a choice. Okay, that's not exactly. Let me explain to you again what I'm arguing. It's they believe that they have a choice. They believe that they chose to do this thing, and therefore, and the reason that they're supposed to be held accountable is again, right? And the fact that they're going to prison or whatever, it was also preset. That is what necessitarianism states, right? This is simply human belief, and this human belief of a prison or whatever was also predetermined by time. So everything, me explaining this to you, was predetermined by time. I did not have a choice in the matter. I might believe that I had a choice in the
All right.
according to
So
necessitarianism.
so do you think? All right. So do you think me punching the air right now and me not punching the air right now are not possibilities?
No, I don't.
No, you don't think they're not. You don't think they're
No, no.
possibilities.
Yeah, no.
You know, possibilities are just things that have a chance to occur.
Yeah, I already explained to you what
Yeah.
metaphysical concept of necessitarianism states. And you're simply just ignoring my evidence and my explanation and just
Yeah,
uh
because I don't think your evidence or explanation actually stands. Because by
I
definition, possibility means
okay,
that
debunk it
I
then.
can do this, right? It's within my capabilities. So you're saying if I
Um,
do not do it, then I cannot do it.
no, okay, one more time. Last time I'm explaining it because I don't know why it's so difficult to comprehend.
Just answer my question. Just answer my question,
I
right?
don't have to.
Just
Why
answer
do I
my
have to?
question. Just answer my
Why do I have to?
question. Why do you
Why
have
do
to
I have
answer
to?
my question? Because I'm placing a burden on you. I'm putting something into question, right? If you don't answer that, then that's just you being ignorant.
Okay, sure. Restate your question real quick.
Okay, my question, right? Okay. So if I walk to your house, right? Okay, wait, no, no. If I don't walk to your house and beat you up right now, I don't have the capabilities of doing that.
That's not. You have sure you have the capabilities of.
Wait. So that's a possibility.
Okay.
Whoa, that's something that could happen. Wait, whoa. So you agreed that it's a possibility, right? You're
No,
already agreeing that necessitarianism doesn't apply.
you're strawmanning my argument.
How am
Okay.
I strawmanning? What's okay? Explain
Uh,
how I'm strawmanning. We can
okay.
conclude this right after.
Okay, sure. Okay, yeah, let's state conclusions on if you debunked whether we should appeal to necessitarianism. You can say your conclusion first.
Wait, you are what? Okay, where do you want me to begin? Where do you want me to begin from?
Well, for the necessitarianism point. Okay, actually, I
Uh,
don't know. I'm extremely bored.
which judges are we appealing to? Because Crimea and NG are both left.
Soul. Oh wait, shit.
We can
Soul
appeal
wasn't.
to both Infinity and Soul.
Yeah, that's fine. Infinity and Soul. Yo, what's good?
Infinity and Soul, you both here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Soul, you here? Actually, I don't care. Okay. Infinity, you listening?
Okay,
Yeah,
Infinity is here. Soul isn't here.
All
Just
right.
appeal to Infinity, whatever. You can state your state conclusion for the entire day, basically.
My conclusion for the entire. Oh, okay. So you're saying if I win this point, I win the debate?
If I contend the judge and I win contention, if I lose, for example, and I contend the judge and I win contention, then I win, obviously. But like, yeah, yeah, this is for the entire debate, basically.
Okay. So I tried to get him to agree upon what time was, right? And then he agreed that time is just a progression of events. Within this context, it would be the progression of events within this three-dimensional space. And then I explained how time would have to, for time to like cause like motion and sequences of events within that space, right? It would have to just keep recording an infinite amount of snapshots because there are infinite amount of possibilities. I justify that by saying okay, I could move like if I was placed within that three-dimensional space that has time within it, a sequence of events could record me moving 1 meter like forward, 1 meter left, 1 meter right, 0.0001 nanometers like forward and left. There are an infinite amount of distances I can move to. He had no contentions to that, right? And then he tried contending that. Okay, yeah. That determines like infinite possibilities within like present and future, which would in turn, with my argument, would presuppose infinite futures, right? So he was trying to say that what is determined, like what I actually do, was already just predetermined by time. I was saying, no, that isn't the case. What time does is select a snapshot out of one of these infinite snapshots, right? And whatever that is what is determined by the snapshot, by one of the possible snapshots. He tried to counter that with a necessitarianistic point of view, which states that everything is just determined already by time. There is no free will. There's no like possibility of something happening, right? Everything happens. It's actual. Okay. And then I told him like the last thing I said was if I don't go to your house, right, and beat you up, I cannot can I not do that? And he said, yeah, that's a possibility. And I said, yes, possibility is something that could occur, right? So he's already agreeing that since something could occur, it would relate to my point. He indirectly already just disagreed and contradicted necessitarianism. That's why I think I won the point. Sorry if my conclusion was like too dragged out and like didn't make sense a bit. I'm just tired right now. I just had a nap.
Okay. The reason I believe I won this point is because at the beginning of the debate, I provided an explanation with scans to substantiate my claims that time encompasses the past, present, future. At the beginning of the debate, I argued that Kaguya doesn't scale to her time-temporal dimension, and he said because she created it, she does scale, but I provided the reasoning and explanation that she doesn't scale, and then to further substantiate that she doesn't scale to her, because in my opinion, although in my opinion that create just because it says create it doesn't necessarily mean that she scales to the temporal, since she doesn't see the future events of the temporal. But to further substantiate that, I said that she assembled it. I provided the translation. He said you can't assemble something 4D with 3D energy. I explained to him that it's a temporal dimension, aka you have infinite 3D energy, so you can create infinite one-dimensional snapshots or whatever. And then and that you can assemble, so you can assemble the. I explained that, and then I argued the. Then we got onto the point of possibilities. He said that he basically presupposed that Necessitarianism is wrong and we should appeal to his metaphysical belief. I asked him to substantiate that. He never substantiated that. I made the positive assertion, the claim that the only way to debunk Necessitarianism is to actually debunk it being a thing. He said, "Okay, sure," and he provided like the house thing. Well, before I explained that, like you might believe that you have free will or whatever, but you inherently don't, and it was actually presupposed like before the entire like from the beginning of the timeline. He then provided again the house example, He's saying that I conceded to their being. I just said, yeah, you have the ability to do so. For example, you might have the ability to do so, like as in the ability to beat me up or whatever. But I don't. I'm not saying that it was inherently. I'm not saying inherently that there's a or cannot do so. Since I don't see the future, I can't say if that's the case or not. And that's why I believe I won or whatever.
So you gotta give your verdict on this point.
I thought Infinity was judging.
Bro,
Yeah,
Infinity just
Infinity.
left.
Oh shit. Oh, so
I don't want to give a verdict, son.
it's
Nigger,
fine.
nigger, Soul, give
I'll
verdict.
go. I'll give a verdict after recording because I want to like get all the sub points and everything.
Okay,
If
sure.
y'all want a verdict momentarily, just for like a moment, like, I'm not saying my verdict is finalized. I'm gonna have to watch the recording.
Give
I'll
like a
do it
Actually,
with
momentary.
Infinity.
wait,
No,
here. How about this? So, what is it called? What's your name? Fuck, floaters. My bad.
Yeah.
Here, floaters. Do you want to just let him watch the recording, post whatever results he
Yeah,
has?
I want to give like a momentary verdict right now because I have to go in a bit, but then he can watch the recording, like give a final verdict.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
okay,
And like if I disagree with
sure.
it, I'll just contend it. If
By
you
the way,
disagree with it, you can contend it.
can you
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
can you explain why you believe I lost real quick?
Huh?
So, can
Oh,
you explain? Yeah, explain it.
okay, yeah. I didn't get my verdict yet. Give me 1 second. Though. Let me just think real quick. I'm big brain, you know. I'm gonna watch the recording with Infinity, so it doesn't. Yada yada yada. Necessary conversion to free will. You basically. All right, let me get this straight. B, you did agree that it's possible for him to come to your house and slap you, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did agree to that.
You didn't.
Uh, no, I didn't.
What did you say?
You said it's a
Uh,
possibility.
no, I didn't say there's a possibility. I said he has the capabilities to do.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. He said I have the capabilities of doing that, meaning that it is a possibility because a
No.
possibility is something that could occur. It being in my capabilities means I could do that, and then that's when I said we
Uh,
can go to conclusions.
okay, let me explain something real quick, Sol. Yeah, that doesn't address my point since I can't see the past, present, futures. So I'm saying that I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and I'm saying he has the capabilities, as in he house and he can't beat me. There is a chance that he can beat me up or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
then that's a possibility. What?
Like,
Oh wait.
no.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You are using necessarianism as a act of your stance, right? Like you support it in this debate, right?
Yeah, I'm saying basically just
Okay.
listen to the
So he's
recording.
encompassed. So let me get this straight. You're saying he's encompassed by free will to just come around and slap you because literally it's his brain capacity. Like he could.
No, I'm saying he can't. He doesn't have free will. I'm saying if he was going to come and slap me, it was
No, you
stated.
said
It
he
was,
has capabilities.
huh?
Go ahead. Say it again.
I go.
Yeah, I'm saying that if he was going to come to and slap me, then that would have been said at the beginning of the time. I don't know the future, so for me, it's as if there's a possibility for him coming or not coming. But everything in according to necessitarianism, which I explained during the dialectic, when you go listening to the recording, is that it was preset in time. I'm saying that there's a possibility, as in I don't know the future, right? Even if I were to say that there's a possibility, it's because I don't know the future. But for time, there isn't a possibility. Time, no, according to necessitarianism. Which, by the way, is a devil's advocate thing. I don't agree with it.
Okay. And floaters, just for
Yeah.
clarification and clarity. You said it's possible, even though it has a timestamp in time.
Say that again.
Okay, because I'm correct me if I'm wrong or I'm misconstruing your argument. You're saying it isn't possible just because it has a time step or snapshot in time.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me
Like,
just put your mic.
it can be, but not. But you don't know the future in it, etc. So in that snapshot of time, it wouldn't be possible. It would just be
Yeah, I'm
clarity.
saying there are infinite possibilities within these snapshots of time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from the end of that, when he said, "Yeah, it's in my capabilities," I'm saying yes. That means it could occur, meaning he's like indirectly agreeing to possibility.
I'm indirectly agreeing that I believe into the fact that I don't know. Okay, wait. No, because
Wait, no, you're
capabilities.
saying I have the
No.
capabilities. That means it could occur.
Capabilities is the physical ability. Because I don't know if you can beat me up or not, and I'm saying you might have the.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
No, because I don't. I'm
By
not time.
definition, that is a
Wait.
possibility because that's something that could
Uh,
occur.
yeah, but I'm not time. I
There are
don't have
stems
the.
of possibilities which could
Let me speak.
make that occur.
You let me speak. Yeah, but I'm not time. I don't see the future. I don't know the snapshot which is going to happen next, like next in line. I don't know every snapshot. I'm not time. For me, it's as if possibilities exist. But necessitarianism states that for time there is no such thing as possibilities. Everything is preset in time. So you might, and I stated this during the dialectic, that you may believe that there is such a thing as possibilities, but in reality there's not, according to necessitarianism, which I stated during the dialectic, and it's not
And
stated
you
in my example.
indirectly contradicted necessitarianism. So yeah, Soul, you can like give your verdict
No,
on that.
I stated that I can believe something, but I'm not time. Unless you're making the claim that I'm time, then just prove that, please.
What?
Prove that straight to
No,
my
that's not what
claim.
I said. Soul, you can give your position.
Okay, then that doesn't contradict shit.
So you can give your position.
Oh fuck! Y'all are some fucking okay. Yeah. For this debate, I think Okay, yeah. I think I got my verdict. I'm gonna rewatch the debate for clarity. I'm full verdict, and I'm watching with Infinity. So don't take this verdict factual. If y'all do want to argue this verdict right now for whoever I give it
Yeah,
to, feel free. Floaters, you did say you have to go in a sec, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, from what I just heard, the brief explanation of necessarianism and the POV and everything, I think Beats have won that point.
Oh, all right. You can go over the recording. If you think B still won after the recording, then I'll just contend it.
That's fine.
All right, I'll go.
Alright.
All right, see
Have
you
a good
later.
day. Have a good day, voters. Oh, Soul, wait. Join Soul, can we go private VC? I have a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Private VC, there's way too many.
Wait, the GC?
Private VC. Or sure, go to the group chat where you're teaching us.